If you want to listen to us on other platforms, check the link in the description box below. We are also on Spotify. Hello and welcome to Coffee and Conversation, the podcast where
nothing is off table.
I'm Jackie.
And I'm Sika.
And today we're going to be covering the topic, Am I the A-hole? It is a subreddit that Sika introduced me to.
Yep.
And can you explain what it is for those who don't know?
Basically, people are on there, I guess they kind of have a bit of a guilty conscience, wondering if they actually did something wrong or if they're in the right. So they basically explain what happened, and Redditors go, yeah, you are the a-hole, or no, you are not. That person was wrong. So that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, I think, in my humble opinion, I think it's people who either have a guilty conscience or just want to prove that they're right. It's
exactly.
One or the other.
Like, see, I wasn't an a-hole. All of Reddit said it.
Yeah, 1,000 people liked my thing, so I obviously was not the a-hole.
Although I do feel like if you were to do that to someone, you are the a-hole for just being like, no, I didn't.
I think it depends.
It's petty, I guess. I guess how it's said.
Yeah.
Because how it's brought up.
Anytime someone will say, I told you so, is vindictive, I think.
It is, yeah.
It's always, I don't think you can say, I told you so, in a nice way.
I think you can.
How?
I don't know. Like in a silly way.
Oh yeah, in a silly way you could.
Like in a playful way.
Yeah, it's like, oh, don't pour the milk in here because it's gonna overflow, and it overflows. Haha, I told you so. That's fine.
Yeah, but it's not like I told you so.
No.
But it is petty.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is petty. I mean, I'm queen of petty, so
that's true. You are, but at the same time,
so
even
you
if
technically.
it's, I am petty.
Yeah, I think it's a family thing.
I don't know why. Like, if someone does me wrong, I feel like I'm not gonna go out of my way to do something to them, but I would like to...
You do go out of your way sometimes.
Not anymore. I think when I was much more angry, I definitely was going out of my way back then. But now I feel like I'm more likely to let things go if someone annoys me, unless it's someone annoying my family, I think. Yeah. Then I'm extra petty.
Then you're like... You.
Yeah, then I'm basically taking out my bulldog energy, because I think I come in with bulldog energy.
Yeah, you do. You do.
I was told I come in like a tank.
Yes, you do.
Oh, by the way, the coffee I'm having today, before we move on, is a Japanese latte with caramel undertones. And it's one of those powdered coffees. So it's
instant coffee stuff.
It's instant coffee. So Japanese people love convenience. So if it's convenient.
Yeah, if you go to Japan, their 7-Eleven has like fried chicken on the go, and it's delicious. And it's super convenient, and their food is delicious too.
It's so good. Convenience store is great.
You wouldn't expect it. I mean, you go to the convenience store here and you don't want to touch the food, but over there the food is amazing.
Yeah, I feel like the convenience store food here in North America, at least from what I've seen, is either greasy, or it's sandwiches.
It's sandwiches, but like they've been on the shelf a little too long, and it's very thinly spread on the inside. So you're like, I don't know if I want this. It's like $7 too. It's super expensive.
That's true.
Super pricey.
On top of being gross.
It's not even good.
Exactly.
Well, it's the money.
Being salty about convenience store. Convenience store foods are gross compared to Asian countries. Like Singaporean 7-Eleven.
I don't know what it's like over there, but I just know when we went to Japan, it was delicious.
Yeah, Indonesia 7-Eleven also is really, really so good.
I'm like over salivating right now.
I know. I miss Asian foods in their country of origin.
Japanese, they really love their convenience. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
And that's why my coffee today is actually straight from a Japanese convenience store that just opened up here locally.
What?
Purely, only exclusively Japanese items.
Oh, what?
I'm gonna have to hook you up.
Yeah, you're gonna have to hook me up.
Yeah, I picked up like some noodles.
Oh, wow. I need to know where that store is.
Yeah, I'll hook you up. It's downtown somewhere. Okay. So, where were we even? Like, we're talking...
am I the a-hole?
Yeah, are we petty?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you say I told you so in a non-petty way, even if it's playful?
Yeah.
Not quite.
If it's playful, it comes off easier.
Yeah, it comes off easier, but it still has that petty undertone.
Yeah, obviously. The undertone is another story.
Yeah, let us know in the comments below if you ever had any kind of I told you so moment that was pure.
Not petty.
Yeah, not petty. Have you ever had... I don't think I have yet to meet a pure I told you so?
I think I've done it.
I think you think you're pure.
You. No, but it's not an I told you so, but it was just like, remember when it's like a slight nudge towards like, remember I said just, be careful for that because this can happen,
Okay, yeah.
It's sweet, and it's not I told you so directly.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you can't say these words in that order.
No, I don't think I ever said, well, I've obviously said I told you so, but I've never said it in a mean way.
But you had to rephrase it.
Yes, I've rephrased it.
That's what I'm saying.
So it isn't I told you so, but it's a subtle one, I guess.
That's what I'm saying, is these 4 words in that combination
it can never be.
It can never be pure and sweet. Prove me wrong.
Or if you make it into a question, like, I thought I told you.
No.
No, but I thought I told you that, this doesn't happen that way. Like, it sounds nicer, right? It's a recall. I thought I told you that.
No, I still disagree.
No, really?
I still disagree. If someone said,
You're stuck.
I thought I told you, I'll be like, not only did I not want to hear that at that time, but my messing up is punishment enough for me.
Oh, no.
I don't need someone to be like, well, I told you would fuck up kind of thing.
No, but it's like, it's a recall. It's like, oh, I thought I had told you that this could happen, or... No,
I still don't think these 4 words can come in a sweet way.
Okay,
again,
I got the message.
Prove me wrong, but I want to hear if that's even possible. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get straight into the topic. Like after we ranted about all these other things, this one we're starting easy supposedly, because I just read the title, so I think it's innocent, and I can relate to the person who posted it. Am I the a-hole for using hot sauce like an idiot? And
idiot is in quotations.
Yeah.
For those of you listening instead of watching.
Yeah, so in quotation marks. So obviously they don't think they're consuming hot sauce like an idiot. It starts off with, I love hot sauce. My favorite is Tabasco, but I just freaking love all hot sauce. For years, I've carried a mini bottle of Tabasco in my purse and some emergency mini packets in my wallet. That is my kind of friend.
That is love. That is Tabasco love.
That is love. Like, I love hot sauce, too.
We're just talking about it, and I'm salivating a lot because I'm like, spicy.
I know, anything spicy. If my food doesn't make me cry...
Or sniffle.
I'm not happy, genuinely. Okay, let's get back to this person, but we know spicy. This person loves their hot sauce.
Yeah, especially if they're carrying so much of it.
Yeah, okay, so here they say, I don't pull it out at restaurants because it's in poor taste in my culture, and most restaurants don't allow it. Okay, at least they're respectful.
Yeah.
It's mostly for takeout eaten on the go, or for when I go to spice-intolerant close friends' houses.
That sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds fine. I'm also weird in that I don't put it all over my food or mix it in. I put a few drops or squirt on individual bites of food.
She wants to make sure she's getting enough hot sauce per bite.
Yeah, like she's slathering it on each spoon.
I do that with mayonnaise.
You do that with mayonnaise?
Yeah, I'll just like put like a squirt of mayonnaise on something. I'll eat it, and then I'll put another squirt on my next bite and eat it. That's what I usually end up doing with I do it with certain foods because I need to have a specific amount on each bite.
I don't think I do that with anything.
I do it with ketchup too sometimes.
No, I don't think I individually squirt things
really?
On my utensils.
I do it on pizza.
On pizza?
Yeah, I'll be like, just a little bit on the tip of the slice. I'll bite it and then add more as I bite. Yep. I don't like dipping for that. I like having an actual...
No, like on my pizza, I actually put the chili flakes on the entire thing. And then I eat. Like, I won't make sure that each bite has...
I make each bite.
You make each bite count. Okay, let's see where this is going. So I like to alternate between spicy and regular bites. Okay, so this person is really going between spicy and non-spicy on each bite.
She gotta cool her mouth down between
insane.
bites.
That's intense. When I'm out at restaurants, I tend to hog the bottle of hot sauce. So I normally ask for 2 bottles so that other people can enjoy it. Yeah, so that they aren't inconvenienced. Obviously, if you're going to put on every spoon, at least you're considerate enough.
To let people know that, hey, I'm going to get another bottle just in case you want some because I'm hogging it.
Yeah, I'm hogging it kind of thing. That's respectful. I can respect that. With that background info out of the way, here's what happened. Pandemonium restrictions have loosened, so my husband and some friends of ours went out to a restaurant with outdoor dining to get some drinks and dinner. One of our friends brought her new boyfriend, Jim, that none of us have met before. And honestly, he seemed off from the start. He openly ogled, I guess that's the word, oogled, myself and other women in the group. Oh, he was being gross and creepy.
Gross.
Gross, don't do that. He made a quote-unquote joke about how people with, oh no, Down syndrome are a drain to society after friend updated us on how her daughter with Down syndrome was doing. And he consistently talked down to my friend.
What?
I find people like that who
Ignorant.
say something wrong.
So ignorant.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I noticed the trend with so many people who say something wrong. And then when they don't get the reaction that they want, they say, well, it was just a joke.
Yeah, to try and, like, lighten the mood, but it's not funny, dude.
No,
like,
it's not a joke at all if they're just going to be a-holes about it, right? Okay, that is...
What did we call it before? Butt cavity.
Butt cavity.
He's a butt cavity.
He's a butt cavity so far. Oh, that is terrible.
That is not okay.
When our food arrived, I asked for a second bottle of hot sauce and began to do my thing with it. When he saw what I was doing, Jim gave me the dirtiest look, then asked why I was using hot sauce like, quote unquote, an idiot. I briefly explained...
Is there a way to use, like, hot sauce?
It's you do you.
Like, you can't use it on every second bite because that makes you an idiot? Like,
yeah. Like, you do you.
Who has rules to hot sauce?
I think Jim...
is a butthole?
He's already, like, getting on my nerves.
He's a butt cavity.
He's a butt cavity.
He's a big butt cavity.
Oh,
no. That's gross.
Okay, so he gave me the dirtiest look. I briefly explained to him why, and then turned to my friend / his girlfriend and told her, you didn't tell me your OP was a freaking R word.
What? He actually used the word what?
Mm-hmm. That's not cool, but she said that to her friend. I'm not gonna lie, I saw red. I told him off about everything wrong he'd done throughout our get-together, and that anywhere he was, I would no longer be because he was so disgusting and disrespectful.
He's condescending.
He is. I think the friend is really not doing the right thing here by being with a guy like that.
She's probably blindsided by it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hang on, let's continue. I then flagged down our waiter, got a to-go box for my hardly touched meal, paid my husband and I's tab, and walked out. I just couldn't be around someone like him.
You don't want to be around toxic people anyways.
Later, I got a text from my friend telling me I humiliated her.
What a...
Oh, no.
Wow, she's so... Wow.
Oh, yeah, she's absolutely blinded. And that all of our friends followed suit and left because they couldn't stand him. Yeah, but then the friend couldn't be humiliated if... Everyone else believes the same thing.
It's just because she started it, I think that's why. She's like, if you wouldn't have, probably no one else would have walked out kind of thing, right? But she's leading it. I think that's what it is that she led it. So her friend's upset with her.
You know how much, like, bravery it takes to actually be the first one to walk out of a bad situation? Yeah.
We've done that before.
It would be interesting, actually. We're going to maybe mention it a little bit about walking out of a bad situation. So let's see. I feel like a total now because I didn't mean to hurt her. I just wanted to get away from her awful boyfriend before I caused an even bigger scene. She's now begging everyone to give him a second chance.
Nope.
And none of us will. And she's been cursing us out, calling us all heartless a-holes. So am I the a-hole for this?
Honey, you are not the a-hole.
Honey.
It's not your fault, baby girl.
No, I really don't think so.
I think he's a dick. Literally, he's a dick. Like, he's garbage human.
He is a garbage person.
He's garbage. One, for being rude towards people with special needs. That is not okay. He obviously doesn't know the situation. And just because you have special needs doesn't mean you're not worthy. Like, that's wrong.
Yeah, because he was looking down on the friend whose
daughter.
Yeah,
exactly. So that's not okay. And then he called the other person the R word.
No, she called him the R word.
No.
Yes. Let me double check on that because I'm pretty sure
he called her.
Did he?
I think so.
No way.
Double check that. That's why she got red in the face, she said, and walked out.
Oh, you are right.
He called her the R word.
He called her the R word. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, now you're even more upset with him.
Yeah. Well, first of all, he shows up and he talks inappropriately to all the friends.
And usually you think, like, you know, you meet someone for the first time that you want to give a good impression, and then I think he just wanted to go in saying, like, oh, I got big balls, look at me, talk macho or whatever, and he's just being condescending garbage person.
He wanted to assert some kind of fake dominance.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, in my opinion. I've seen men like that, and it's just disgusting. Not only men, I've seen women like that too, but in a different way, but it's still disgusting.
What I don't understand... I'm really excited while you're talking. That's why I'm like...
Yeah, my face is like... For people listening to us, my face is just wild. If you ever get a chance, go and watch it, because my eyebrows talk a lot.
Yeah, her eyebrows really do a lot of the talking. But I don't understand how there's no information on what the husbands would have said. Because, I mean, he was talking inappropriately to the women in the group.
I wonder if he did it while everyone was there.
Oh...
Because, you know, some people will go and do it a little to the side, you know what I mean? When, let's say the other men are talking and then he's still with his girlfriend and the girls regroup around them and he goes, oh, hey, you know, like, he goes and pulls a quick one.
Yeah, like, hey, I can see your knees a little bit higher.
Hey, and those ankles.
Hey, those ankles. Yummy.
Yummy.
Looks delicious.
Girl.
Yeah, obviously, this person for eating the hot sauce like they've been doing... Yeah, and obviously none of the friends seem to have an issue with that.
No, especially that they walked out with her, well, after her, shows that they were finding him a little much, too.
Yeah, I'm curious also if Jim continued to be an a-hole.
I wonder if Jim still has a relationship.
Yeah, I'm really curious.
Because the girl was really on his side, which means she's blindsided by how much of a garbage person he is. I mean, I think if anyone insulted one of my friends... kids for being special needs or any of, you know, people that I know, I think I would be really upset and
absolutely
put that person in their place. I don't care how much I love them. Like, you don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't have the right to do that.
Yeah, and I feel like people who are in a relationship and don't see the bad side, something that my dad told me a long time ago, and I don't always follow our dad's opinion. That goes without saying. But there is one thing that he did say a while ago. And he said, if one person tells you something, doubt it. If 3 people tell you something, start to believe it. So if 3 people tell you that your boyfriend is a jerk. Yeah,
because one person could be just...
an opinion
jealous
or bias, exactly.
Or something like that. But if you have 3 different people saying, nah, your man's a dick...
You should consider it.
You should start considering that, maybe he's out of place at this point.
Yeah, I think, obviously, there can be toxic groups of people.
Yep.
So, I think you have to make the best judgment based on that.
Especially on the last Am I the A-hole we did, there was a girl who said that she removed her friends from her wedding.
Yes.
It was a toxic group of friends.
Yeah, in that case, obviously, no, because the only fault they found with the other situation's husband was that... What was it again? I don't remember.
I can't even remember, but it was so stupid. It was really out of place.
Yeah, it made no sense whatsoever.
Oh, diamond ring. He didn't give her a diamond ring.
Oh, because she didn't want one.
And she didn't want one. Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. You have a good memory.
It took me a second.
Yeah, but you still...
I was loading. I was like loading.
I was never going to remember that. But yeah. Obviously, you are not the a-hole, in my opinion.
Nope.
Let us know, obviously. We're very curious about your opinions. If you're watching this and you would like to comment, let us know. Is this
an person an a-hole?
Yeah. Would you have walked out or would you have stayed and then...
I would have walked out.
Yeah. Do you want to let them know briefly, just very briefly, about the situation we walked out on?
Nah, it's not even worth it.
Like, very...
There's a guy that I was gonna possibly start dating. His mom was... a little bit something. Yeah. She was very, he was a mama's boy, I guess you could call him, sorry. And, she was so protective of him, and he was much older than me. He was, I think, 7 or 8 years older than me. And he still lived with his mom. And
which is, nothing's wrong with that.
No, nothing's wrong with that, but, like, he had to text her every time he saw me.
She had her claws
around
him.
Yeah.
But I think what made that situation worse is when you were dating him, she wanted to know every piece of detail.
Yeah, and she was actually racist.
Yes.
She was super racist, which is really, I don't want to say funny, but it's kind of funny because even though I am Egyptian, I'm very white.
Yeah.
I'm very Quebecois. I don't. I
You
barely
do have
speak my-
very Canadian mannerisms.
Yeah. So she was just nitpicking. Like, I don't look Arabic. So
You do look Arabic.
not that Arabic. Most people think I look Italian,
I think
but she had a thing for Arabs specifically.
it's the eyes, because Arab eyes are very exotic and
Really,
dark.
because most people think I'm Italian or Brazilian
Really?
because of my skin tone.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. Or people think I'm Quebecois too,
In the summer.
which is funny because I have a very exotic nose. It's very curved. So
It's the pharaoh nose.
yeah, it's
the
got that
pharaoh.
little bump there.
Yeah, it's the
That
pharaoh
little bump.
nose. You come from a lineage of royalty.
Yup. But yeah, no, she was super racist. And even though she didn't know my nationality, at first she was fine. And then when she found out I was Arabic, she had it out for me. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, for my age, she was like, you're not good for my son. You're in that party age. At the time, I was 21. I was like, I've never been to a club. And I still have not been to a club. And
I've been to more clubs than you have.
I haven't been to a single club. I've been to a bar a couple of times, but that's it. But she was like, you're obviously, gonna sleep around left
Wow.
and right. I was like, okay,
She
you
has
really
baggage.
don't know me. Like, I barely leave the house. Like, I'm gonna go out on a trail to walk, but I'm not gonna go to a party. It's not my thing. And even when I'm at a party, it's like because I was forced by someone. Like, oh, come to the party with me, and I'm kind of just in a corner, like, where's the cat?
Yeah.
Where are the cats and the animals that I can hang out with? So she was really something, honestly. But my sister put her foot down. We went to a supper together, and she started bashing us at the supper.
Yeah, and the thing is, she didn't even know I was coming, and she didn't want me to show up.
Yeah.
She wanted the formal supper
Yeah.
to just be with you and her family.
Yeah.
So she wanted to gang up.
She'd ganged up on me a couple of times.
Yeah.
She'd actually ganged up on me a couple
and I
of
was
times.
like, oh, no.
She's quartered me at the hospital too when I was
Really?
when I was hospitalized once. Yeah, she showed up to my hospital room. I was like, wow, woman, like, no one asked you to be here. How did you even know I was here? So her son probably said something and she just showed up.
Yeah.
She just showed
I
up.
remember that.
Yeah.
And then she wanted you to be grateful that she showed up.
Yeah. I was like, I don't want you here.
Yeah.
She cornered me in the bed.
So then what she wanted to do basically was have a formal supper with Sika to gang up on her.
Yeah.
And basically tell her all the reasons and rules if she's going to date her son, how
Yeah.
she wants her to behave.
Yeah.
And so I showed up,
She was mad. And
Pat
so did Pat. Yeah.
showed up
Yeah.
as well. And yeah,
Got real.
got real. She did not like
No.
that. She's like, you didn't tell me other people would come.
I don't care. It's my family.
Yeah.
Your family's here. My family's here.
Yeah, they got so toxic, and
Yeah.
I can see that the waiters
We're
were
stressed.
very uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think we even finished our meal. We didn't get our meals. We ordered. We didn't get
ordered.
our meals, and then we just still asked for it to go.
Yeah, we asked for it to go. We paid.
Because we ordered, exactly.
Yeah,
So we're not
weren't
going to just walk out.
Exactly. We're not the a-holes.
No, exactly. We're not the a-holes, but she was very toxic. So we just walked out, took our food to go, and that's where it ended.
Yeah, I think I laughed in her face. I'm like, oh, you're
Yeah,
that
you
kind
did. You
I
did. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you're that kind of person. She was 100% Karen energy.
Yep, 100% Karen.
Absolutely Karen. So
Yeah,
I laughed
you
in
literally
her.
cackled in her face, and I was like, oh, you did not just do that. I was like, oh my god. And I'm someone who does not, well, at the time, I was really afraid to have any kind of confrontation
Yeah.
or cause any issues. So I used to really, squish myself down for people. So when you did that, I was like, oh my god, I'm going to be in trouble. Like, wait, how am I going to be in trouble? You're my sister. If anyone's going to get in trouble, it's me with you, not her, So,
Yeah.
but no, that was something.
Yeah, I came in with, again, bulldog energy.
Yeah, and
I
you were
was-
very quick to reply, too. So as soon as she said something, you just sent it right back at her. I was like, oh.
I think that's what I mean when I'm petty.
Yeah.
Like, if someone
You're quick to
messes
answer.
up or messes with someone I care about, but whether it be friend or family, I will defend you.
And you destroy.
Yeah, I will not just defend. I will
I think
destroy.
that's where I got it from.
Probably.
That's where I probably got it from, because I'm quick to reply for certain things, too.
I think that's something that I got from our mom.
Yeah,
Because
mom was...
She was savage.
She was
she was
savage.
savage. So when I was little, and there was this kid who would hit me,
I remember that.
she told me, if someone hits you,
You hit back harder.
you hit back 4 times harder.
Yeah.
Like, don't let people hit you. So I lived by that philosophy. And then one time there was this kid who was bullying me at the bus stop, and he would call me a And then I went home and I told our mom, hey, this kid called me a bitch. She was like, okay, next time he says that, reply, yeah, I am a bitch because I slept with your dad. I don't even know what that means.
Okay, Mom.
I must have been 10 years old. I don't know what sleeping with someone's dad meant. So next time that happened, I said it. But I mean, that kid held me by the throat after that. Pinned me against the wall. But before I could do anything, our uncle, Adil,
Oh, yeah.
came out of nowhere, grabbed the kid, smashed him against the wall, told him to leave.
And our uncle is the sweetest soul ever.
he
He's so
is.
sweet. You don't think he'd ever hurt anyone, but he sees...
He was protecting.
Yeah.
He was protecting me
He's
from...
my favorite uncle, too.
Yeah,
I love
especially
him.
I was 10 years old and that kid must have been 16.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What a little jerk.
Yeah, so obviously my uncle sees me, a 10-year-old, and a 16-year-old holding me from my throat. So he protected me.
Yeah.
I love
the
our
sweetest
uncle.
uncle.
He is the best uncle.
I just think about it in my eyes.
I know, me too. I'm like, I love him.
I'm so sad he moved away, though.
I know. I love him so much. He is just such a great uncle.
Very good man.
But yeah, we walked out of that situation
Yeah.
because she was being an absolute Karen.
Yeah. That was
And
funny.
yeah, I think it takes a lot more courage to walk out.
Yeah. Yeah, because I would have just stayed there.
Yeah.
At that time, I was I don't want to cause trouble.
Yeah, you're non-confrontational.
Yeah, not anymore.
I think I'm less confrontational than you are now.
now I'm like, yeah, fight me.
You're ready. Yeah, you're ready to fight
me.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep you with me because I'm mellowing down with
Yeah,
age.
no, I'm fight me. What my husband likes to call it. You're probably gonna have to bleep out this word, but he's like he says I flex my. He's like, it's sexy when you flex your. I'm like, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Fight me.
Fight me. He likes it when you're aggro.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get on to the next one here. And the title is a little vague. There's not enough information, as far as I can tell. It's called, Am I the A-hole for convincing my stepdaughter to not sign a deal? There's not much information here. Why you smirking? What's the
Go
smirk?
on.
Okay, you're ready. Okay, let's go for it. My stepdaughter, 24, runs an Instagram page / YouTube channel with a decent amount of following. She makes some money of it, and her father wanted her to sign up with an quote-unquote agency. He had done most of the work, and she had a contract in hand. She asked me to take a look at it. I am not a lawyer, but I have taken part in some business negotiations. So far, so good. The document was biased against her. They got control over any IP she created. More than half of the cut of all her earnings. Their marketing commitment was vaguely defined. The only benefit of the contract was a $35,000 upfront for signing up, which had to be paid back if she failed to meet their content production targets.
Let's see. That $35,000 is basically minimum wage for a year. Mm-hmm. So it's not a lot for an agency to pay, in my opinion.
Yeah, agencies make way more. Obviously,
Exactly.
if they know they can front you that amount, it's because they know they're going to make more off your back.
Of course, and especially that they take 50% of everything she makes.
Yeah.
And then she has to pay it back if she doesn't
Meet their needs.
Yeah, that's pretty...
So far, it seems very shady.
Yeah.
Obviously. I mean, we'll get into that later, but I did have agencies want me to sign with them, and I had, to say no.
Yeah,
for
of course.
obvious reasons. And at one point, when I was new, I did say yes. And I was locked in for a year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
I think you've spoken about that vaguely.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
a huge company, so we'll talk about it, and it does involve Disney. So
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that. It was a deal where her upside was limited while her downside was protected. Their downside was protected. I told her that this deal was and she should do much better than whatever this company offered just by working on her own. She's a smart girl, and she decided not to sign up. She doesn't really care. She is making money to support herself and do what she likes and has no want to go viral. Her father hates that I interfered in this relationship with his daughter. Oh. Her mother, my wife, is not happy either. Wait, I'm confused.
everyone's upset that this person interfered. But this person didn't. The title says the person convinced them not to, but they didn't convince them. They just said that it was shit.
Yeah, they laid out all the rules, right?
Yeah.
I feel a bit guilty as I did not mince words when I described the deal. I was furious. I don't understand this sentence. Some of these sentences are very hard to
sometimes
read.
they kind of make their sentences a little bit bizarre, but it's because they write up big paragraphs, right? So at the end they kind of stop.
Yeah, and sometimes when you're angry, you just write whatever comes to your mind, however way. So I was furious, and the ensuing fallout between her dad and her has strained their relationship. I feel like I poured fire on a family feud. Her father is mad at me for poking my head where it belongs,
Yeah.
and upstaging him. He doesn't like me a lot. Anyway, he hates the fact that his ex-wife married a woman. Okay, that's what I figured.
Oh, is that what you were having trouble?
Yeah, that's what I was like, wait, whose wife?
Oh, no,
so
no,
I
okay,
thought maybe that she had a typo, but no, she's with his ex-wife.
Exactly.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's hilarious. But now both of them are upset.
Yeah, my wife is miffed. Okay, so that I am encouraging her to continue this career. So, this is definitely
This is your area of expertise.
somewhat my area of expertise. Now, I'm going to give the short answer. Do I think this person is the a-hole? No. But
No, because they didn't convince her. I mean, the title says convince, but all they did was let her know that this deal was shit.
yeah.
They didn't go like, no, you really shouldn't do this. From what we're understanding, they said, this deal is shit. You can do better. And then the girl herself decided whether she was going to continue with it or not.
Yeah. I think the issue comes with the father. And I'm questioning what kind of control the father wanted.
Do you think it's like an authority thing because he's the man, so she should, follow through? I don't know if it's that. Because it's two women that decided that it was probably not a good contract.
Because he did all the work, right?
Yeah. So he's probably offended that
he did all that work for nothing.
Exactly.
But the thing is, like, the benefit was much lower.
That her benefit was lower than what the company would be getting out of it, which is not fair, and he should have been able to see that for his daughter, because why would you want to screw over your daughter?
I think he's just butthurt that he did work.
And then it turned out into nothing.
Yeah.
That could be possible, yeah.
That's probably it. And he didn't, I don't know if he read the contract, but obviously if you feel like 50% of your earnings
is going
to another company,
and all you're getting in return is a one-time fee of $35,000.
Yeah, and not just that, but I'm questioning, like, if she didn't, the child, or the daughter, 24, right? So it's not, she's 24. She's not the child.
She's a young adult.
So if she weren't able to get that $35,000, who was going to be responsible to pay it back?
Herself.
Obviously not the dad.
Yeah.
Right. So I think obviously if I were around any kind of person who asked me for advice, I would still give the advice, because obviously the daughter
did ask for advice, no?
Yeah, exactly.
So
and she listened to it.
It's not like the person saw the contract and went, hey, I read your contract and I think this. It's the daughter who went up to her stepmom, I would say, I guess. Yeah. Stepmom?
Yeah, because it's stepdaughter.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah,
so stepmom. So she went up to her for the advice, not the other way around. She didn't poke her nose where she wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, I think she was already doubting the contract, and that's why she didn't care to take it.
Yeah.
So she just wanted someone to validate her opinion.
Exactly. So, I think that's okay. And so, no, you're not the a-hole.
No, obviously not. This one is very straightforward, because companies that want to make money off your back, and trust me, I've had companies send me emails, be like, hey, we would love to sign you up. And when I first started on YouTube, I got a contract with Maker Studio.
Yes.
And Maker Studio is basically Disney now. And at the time, I was like, oh my God, like, I'm going to get Disney. Like, this is so cool. I'm going to be with a company and they're going to promote me and they're going to make me, a big YouTuber. But I signed up and I never heard from them again.
Oh, wow. So then you just gave them money.
65%.
Wow, that's a lot too.
It's a lot, but thinking about YouTube, I didn't make much in the first 2 years or 3 years.
So you signed a contract, they started taking money, and they never even checked up on you?
No. So if I asked for help, they'll be like, yeah, we have a forum go check it out kind of thing. Or so it really was, even though, they did take 65%, it was basically I would get checks of $50 a month.
So they weren't getting too much, but it's still frustrating that they're taking that much from you.
Yeah, I thought it was because they were going to do something for me, but they didn't.
Nope, they didn't promote you, they didn't...
And the worst thing is...
Here's a forum, read it.
And their contract is sneaky. Those sons of biscuits are sneaky because in the contract it says if you want to cancel...
You have to pay up.
You have to let them know 3 months ahead. 3 months before the end of contract, you have to let them know that you want to cancel. So I did message them 3 months prior and said, 3 months and 2 weeks. And I said, I want to cancel. They said, okay, but you have to let us at 3 months, not before.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're so real about it.
They really want it on point. So then I was messaging them every other day.
Butt cavities.
The butt cavities. I was letting them know every other day that I wanted to break the contract. And they wouldn't respond. I never got an email back from them.
Can you, disconnect them somehow?
You can't, because they take hold of your YouTube channel. So instead of being a YouTube partner, I sent them something where it said, I contacted my lawyer, and the proof of contact with you to break the contract, I don't know how I worded it. I didn't have a lawyer either.
No, words.
I just words. And eventually they got back to me a month later.
Wow.
Saying, okay, fine, we will, remove ourselves from your YouTube channel.
What?
Yeah, but I had to, quote unquote, threaten them.
Yeah.
Can
People
you imagine?
are ridiculous.
Yeah. Can you imagine? I can't imagine how much money they made off of so many creators. Luckily, I was a small channel back then. And then the last check I ever got from them was Disney. And I think it was $3 or something like that. Yeah. It was really, really...
Thanks for robbing me.
Yeah, thanks for robbing me of my 65% of my $3. I still have it. I'll show you the Disney check.
That's funny.
Yeah, right after this one. And so, yeah, if you're ever in the YouTube business, do not take contracts from the first person.
They're sneaky.
Yeah, especially MCNs, so multi-channel networks. They're very well known for headhunting. They just they promise you the sun, the moon, and the stars. Ask them to have it in writing in the contract that they promise that they will, in fact, get you from, 50,000 subscribers to 1 million subscribers. Ask them to write it.
They won't.
They won't. They
and
say,
then you'll probably
we
never
can't
hear from them
guarantee-"
again.
Exactly. And that's the strategy. But now, anyways, when some of them message me, even still to this day, I think I'm petty with MCNs that still contact me. We would love to have you part of our network and this and that. I reply back, no, period.
Not even another thank you.
Just no.
No, just right. Nah, I'll pass.
Yeah, and then sometimes, because on my profile, it was clearly written, no networks, don't contact me.
Did you write, do you know how to read?
I wrote that, actually.
I knew you would.
I actually did write that.
Do you know how to read?
Do you know how to read? Because that's not what I said.
Or you could, next time someone sends you something, you just go, I don't trust being in a partnership with you because apparently you can't read.
Yeah. I think I might have said something like that after someone responded back to me.
Yeah, why would
I was able
you?
to read, but the answer is, the question is why. Then I went into detail, which was not very nice of me, but...
It's okay. I mean, if you're being clear and they're still trying, it's their fault.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, I think so too. All right, let's get to the next one.
All right, tell me.
Am I the a-hole for not punishing my daughter after she refused to watch her cousin and something bad happened? So that title alone tells me that no, if something bad happened and someone gets a punishment, then it's okay. But again, sometimes the bad event is the punishment.
I guess so.
You disagree with me?
I guess so. Depends.
Because sometimes the trauma from the bad event is the punishment enough.
Oh, when you say it like that, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see. Let's.
But just from the title, there was no consent.
Yeah. My sister has a 1.5-year-old son. Ever since he was born, she's tried to get my 14-year-old daughter to babysit as she wants them to be close even though they're far apart in age. My daughter has declined as she doesn't want the responsibility of someone else's kid, especially if something were to go wrong. My sister doesn't get it despite multiple people, myself and my daughter included, telling her. So just from this first paragraph, it doesn't seem like this person...
Auntie is dense.
Not just that, but it seems like you want a babysitter and not necessarily a close relationship.
Yeah, it's just an excuse in my opinion.
Yeah, because more often than not, huge age gaps like that don't make good relationships in family.
No, it's
Generally,
rare. It's
yeah.
rare.
Generally speaking.
Unless you have trauma involved that make you closer. Sorry, it's not funny, but...
It's the truth. It's true, though. But it seems like this was... from the beginning, something that someone didn't want to do.
Exactly. So they were being, it was being pushed on someone that didn't want it.
Yeah, so many people just don't understand the idea of consent. If I said no.
No is no.
You should respect that.
Yeah.
So far, the 14-year-old said no.
Yeah. So already at that age, most people don't want to stand up for themselves. So I think that this 14-year-old who already said no, and she's being tested at this point, right?
Yeah.
She has to keep saying no. And that's not okay. Auntie, you dense so far.
Yeah, Auntie can't take no for an answer, which really already makes Auntie an ass.
Auntie's
so far.
Auntie's not...
So far. So let's see what happens with this teenager, which I hope she didn't get punished, but we'll see. Yesterday, we were at our parents' house for a barbecue, so the grandparents.
Yep.
Right?
From what I'm understanding, yes.
Yeah. It was mostly adults with a few children varying in ages, but my nephew was the youngest. All throughout the barbecue, my sister kept trying to get my daughter to hold or feed him, which my daughter declined. At one point, I went in the house to help my aunt and my mom with drinks and sides. 15 minutes later, I hear my sister shrieking. I run outside, and she's holding her baby, whose face is bleeding. Her husband is nearby, trying to take the baby to administer first aid. My sister is shrieking at my daughter to put her darn phone down, and you're in a lot of trouble. My daughter looked terrified. So she's still pushing that baby
on
the teenager.
The 14-year-old.
She just wants a free babysitter.
Yep.
I'm so angry right now. Like, this really...
This person just doesn't understand no, and that's not okay.
Yeah. And if something bad happens...
That's toxic in my opinion.
Yeah, that's really toxic, and I would not punish the 14-year-old.
Of course not. Especially if she's already told her no so many times, and she's just not listening. Auntie sucks.
Yeah, Auntie sucks a lot so far. Finally... Who's B.I.L.? What's B.I.L.?
Brother-in-law.
Oh, brother-in-law. That's good to know. Finally, brother-in-law takes the baby and goes to tend to him. I get both sides. My sister went inside to pee, asking my daughter to watch her son. Again? Is Auntie like...
Auntie, are you
Are you stupid?
Are you stupid?
Are you stupid, Auntie?
Auntie, no is no.
Auntie,
do you not understand consent?
Auntie...
Wait, she has a son, right? I hope she teaches him consent.
Oh, no. Obviously not, because if she's pushing herself on someone, that means this child will learn that in order to get what you want...
You keep pushing.
You keep pushing.
Until
and
someone says yes.
That is so wrong.
Yep.
That is terrible.
That is not okay. Auntie, what's wrong, Auntie?
My daughter said, no, ask your husband. My sister says she told her to just help out and it won't kill you. My daughter flat out told her no, and my sister left knowing my daughter was looking at her phone. The yard was filled with adults, all of whom...
She's trying to guilt trip her to do it.
Yeah, all day were keeping an eye on the little one, but at some point they lost track. My parents have concrete steps leading to the backyard. Somehow nephew tried to walk up them, tripped and scratched his face. He was fine in the end, just a few scrapes. Okay, no, so this is like the backstory.
Yeah.
Of what happened. So basically, she asked her to look after the kid.
And she said no. She didn't take no as an answer and just walked away.
Walked away, goes to the washroom and whatnot. I wouldn't leave my 1.5-year-old.
I'd take him to the bathroom with me.
They would just come to the bathroom with me. I mean, I carry my cat...
To the bathroom.
He joins me to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So if I had my child, I would keep an eye on them. I wouldn't ask a 14... I'll be honest, I would not ask a 14-year-old to look after my kid unless I was present.
Of course.
So even when I was babysitting...
The fact that they were in a backyard with a lot of adults, I still don't understand why she's pushing it on the 14-year-old. And I think you are right. I think she's just looking for a babysitter. Look, see, you babysitted him for, babysat. Sorry,
yeah, it's not too hard kind of thing.
Yeah, you did it for 5 minutes. Nothing happened. Here,
Yeah, even when I was a
fine.
babysitter, I was 14. So I feel for this 14-year-old because when I babysat, the mom was home. The mom was home.
She was just doing something.
She was doing her own things. She was doing the chores around the house. She was
she just
cooking.
needed someone to keep an eye. But if something was wrong, at least she was home.
Exactly. I was just there. Like, she would prep the food. I would feed it to the baby. Or she was at home and she would be like, do you want to take the stroller out? You know what I mean? So I would take him in the stroller. And super cute child, but mom was home all the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes mom would be like, I'm going to go take a nap.
Yeah.
She would go take a nap and I was there. So that's the kind of babysitting I did. I would never did home alone babysitting.
No, I don't, especially when they're super young too. You never know what can happen, right?
Yeah.
They're super fragile. I mean, they're sturdy, but they're fragile at the same time.
And 14, you're a kid.
Yeah. You don't want to put that pressure on
No.
on a 14-year-old. So if they show interest, then that's different. But if she's not showing interest, all you're doing is forcing it on her. And in my opinion, I think if I was forced, like how she is, I think it would turn me off from wanting kids.
Yeah.
Or forever wanting to...
Yeah, because you would see there's bad consequences.
There's bad consequences, but it's also something being forced on you. So it's not fun when you're being forced to do something, right? So I don't see it as a good thing. I mean, I personally, if I was being forced to watch someone or constantly being asked, I'd either not want to be around that person anymore.
Yeah.
Or two, I'd have like, what's the word? Like an aversion to being around kids or to being around that person, right?
But as a 14-year-old, you don't have much choice when it comes to family gatherings. Unless, your parents...
Well, I mean, the mom seemed to understand, right? So I'm pretty sure in that case, the mom would be like,
yeah, but the title is that she punished the daughter.
No, am I an asshole for not punishing my daughter?
Oh, not punishing. Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, so let's keep going because the story's still going.
Go on.
My sister kept demanding I take my daughter's phone and asked what I'd do to punish her. I said nothing because she wasn't watching her cousin, and there were half a dozen adults who should have been watching him, specifically his father.
Exactly.
Brother-in-law even admits that it's on him and he screwed up, but my sister kept blaming my daughter. We left right then, and I told my daughter several times in front of the family and alone that it's not her fault. Good mama.
Good.
My sister's still mad at me, and my mom says I should have daughter apologize. I said,
what?
No. No, good mama. She did nothing wrong. My mom says that it shouldn't have killed my daughter to watch him for 2 seconds. Am I being the arse?
No.
No means no.
No. And no, you are not the asshole.
You are not. If someone says no,
you respect it.
You respect it. If someone forces themselves or what they want you to do, despite the fact that you said no, you should not feel bad or responsible for that.
I agree 100%.
And that auntie is definitely teaching... well, the son is very young right now.
No, but if she continues, he's going to grow up to be like, oh, if I keep pushing, people are eventually going to cave in and I'm going to get what I want.
Yep.
Which is not okay. I'm happy that the 14-year-old did not cave in. I hope she never does. Unless she actually wants to.
And a good thing that mama protected her.
Exactly. So, no, not the a-hole.
No, not the a-hole. Auntie...
You the a-hole.
You're the a-hole.
You're the butt cavity.
You're the butt cavity.
Butt cavity.
Butt cavity.
That's my favorite new word now.
I know. I'm going to keep saying butt cavity everywhere. And I think a lot says about these parents who just want...
It's controlling.
It's very...
It's manipulative.
It's almost like that mom of the guy that you were almost dating.
Oh my God.
She was intense.
She was something. The amount of times she showed up somewhere to be in my face. And by the way, for people that are watching or listening, they lived about an hour and a half by car. Mm-hmm. So she went very far every time to come and confront me, whether it was at my work or in a hospital. Mm-hmm. She confronted me many times.
Yeah, she drove an hour and a half each way.
Yep.
Which is 3 hours.
3 hours.
Just to be in my
Karen. Face. Just to be in my face about it.
I'm glad that relationship did not last.
Yeah.
Because someone's neck would have been in my hand.
She was like, oh my God, she was crazy. She was like, my son only wants to date you because he had cancer and you're chronically ill, so he feels bad for you. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't think that's how that works.
Didn't she say she owns him? I remember her saying, yeah, I remember this clearly. So
I don't know.
When we were talking, she's like, my son was sick. I paid all the medical bills. I paid the medicine because it was more than the free medicine that we get here in Canada. It was like the special medicine that, helped you not get nauseous while you were getting your treatments.
Ondansetron.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's ondansetron. It's expensive.
And yeah, that's what she was saying. She's like, I paid, I forget how much she said, like 26,000 in pills?
I don't know.
She said something like that.
A lot of that was traumatic to me, so I kind of just blurted out.
Oh, no, and then she said, he belongs to me.
I don't remember that.
He's mine.
But she was super toxic, too. They had a dog, and she often, like, it was his dog. Like, he bought this dog, and he took care of the dog, and, like, this was, he put the money into his dog and everything. And if he wouldn't come home when he was with me, when she called, she'd be like, well, I'm giving away your dog right now.
Oh, no.
She always held the dog against him.
So she really does hold emotional...
Control.
Yeah. He's an emotional hostage.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what it is. He's absolutely an emotional hostage, which really sucks.
I don't know if it's like that anymore.
You know what? Probably because his brother had a girlfriend. And that girlfriend...
Oh, I forgot about his brother.
Yeah, his brother didn't say much.
Yeah, no, he's very quiet.
Yeah, he was very quiet. But
I think he had gotten over his mom being like that because he didn't necessarily obey.
No, but the girlfriend was.
Yeah, but he wasn't as stuck as his brother was.
Yeah, perhaps. Because the girlfriend of the brother was very quiet. And she's like, if you just listen to her, she's really fun to be around.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
I don't like being controlled. Thank you.
No, none of us, actually.
No, we rebel.
Oh,
the more you try to control us, the more we fight back.
Yeah, we're very...
Good luck.
Terrible when it comes to... Well, we discussed this, right? If someone gives us an ultimatum, we will 100% take the wrong one.
Yep. Just to spite them.
Yeah, exactly. Don't give us an ultimatum because we will absolutely go for the wrong one.
Yep. Don't make me make you.
Yeah, don't make me...
Don't make me make you regret what you just did. Because you will regret it.
Absolutely. Am I the a-hole for still not letting my sister into my house after she made me miss my daughter's birth?
From the title, no, you're not.
From the title.
Yeah.
As far as we could tell. So this guy missed his daughter's birth.
Yeah.
Because of his sister.
Exactly.
Now, reading the title, I thought it was maybe a sister angry at her sister for missing her surrogate daughter's birth. That's what I was thinking.
No, I think this is a husband. So
I guess we'll find out, right?
Yeah.
Frankly, I don't know if I'm being an a-hole. Family seems to think I am, so just want to know what others here think. My sister, 25 female, was going to meet her dad, not my dad, by the way. This is getting complicated. For the first time in almost 19 years, and she was really nervous. So they're half siblings.
Yeah. From what I'm gathering.
Yeah, so family dynamics. She asked me to go with her for support. She was staying at some hotel about 30 minutes away, and the whole ride over there, my sister had my phone to give me directions. Okay. My wife was calling me because she'd gone in labor. Then my mother-in-law was calling me too. My sister put my phone on Do Not Disturb without me knowing and erased the notifications. Was she aware? Probably, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of hard to hide a pregnancy.
But here's the thing, though.
And if they're close enough for him to join her to give her less anxiety to see her dad, then they're close enough to know that.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm a little confused because it feels like if your wife is just about ready to give birth, why would you go a night away?
It's not a night away.
Yeah, they said it was in a hotel.
He was in a hotel. The father was in a hotel.
Okay.
No?
Yeah, I think, yeah, you're right.
Of course I'm right.
That petty. I told you so.
Of course I told you so.
I told you so. Oh, no, you can't say that in a pure way. It's always
Did I not tell you?
Did I not tell you? Did I tell you?
Did I tell you? I thought I mentioned it.
Yeah, with the high-pitched voice.
God, man, Jackie! Damn!
High-pitched voice.
Mentioned it. Okay. I'm done with that. That hurts my ears.
I know. I'm like, oh my God, the frequency.
Sorry. My bad, guys.
All right, so I didn't even realize it until after we were leaving from having lunch with him an hour and a half later that she'd been calling me. All my
his
sister
phone's on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah.
So that means it doesn't even vibrate.
No, but then she also erased the notifications.
Yeah.
Which is very sneaky in itself.
That on its own. And she's, how old is she? 25?
25, yes.
So she knows what she's doing.
She absolutely knows what she was doing, but she wanted him to be there. I don't know, that's weird. All my sister told me was I had a missed call, more like dozens. When I found out, I was yelling at her the whole ride to the hospital. She apologized many times. Her only excuse was that this was a big emotional moment for her meeting her dad, and she was scared doing it alone, knowing how her anxiety is. Okay, but like the birth of your child?
It's obviously not a big moment.
Right?
Jesus.
This was the only time they'd have to see each other since he was leaving in a few days and wouldn't be back for months. Okay, but he's going to be back in months.
Yeah, exactly.
Just go wear your big girl panties.
And just do it.
Yeah, especially if someone's going to have the baby.
It's so selfish.
It is. I really couldn't believe it. By the time we got there, my daughter had already been born, and a half hour and a half. It's weirdly written, but I'm guessing a half an hour ago. Don't get me wrong. I was happy to know my daughter and wife were okay, but I was also devastated to have missed the birth of my first child. Not just that, but like, what if something actually did go south?
Yeah. What if the wife had complications? And he had to take a decision, and then they couldn't reach him. That could have been terrible.
That could have been terrible.
Because it can happen.
Obviously, things went okay.
Yeah, but it could have been other way.
Yeah. And so that was very selfish of her, because you don't know in these situations. You never know.
You can have a completely healthy pregnancy and have, I think, the placenta can rupture, and that's super
I've
deadly.
heard horror stories. I've heard horror stories with birth, but that's a whole other topic. So he says, don't get me wrong, I was happy to know, okay, my daughter and wife were okay, but was devastated. I couldn't look at my sister. All I told her was to get an Uber to take her home because I didn't want her near me right now. Understandable.
I'd be upset too.
My daughter is almost 4 weeks old, and almost everyone vaccinated has come to see her. Last weekend, my parents came over with my sister in the car, but I said I don't want her near my home right now. They got mad and left early. I kept hearing it from my family that I'm being completely unfair, treating my sister like an outcast by not letting her home with me. But I'm just still angry at her now, and I don't think I have it in me to be in her presence. Am I the a-hole?
Nope, you are not. You are setting boundaries to an extent, because what she did was wrong. She's old enough to know what she did was wrong.
Especially she did it actively. It's not like, she just pushed it up.
No, she put a do not disturb and deleted it.
Yeah, it's the deleting part.
Yeah. Like, who you don't put someone's phone on do not disturb unless they ask you to, honestly. Like,
I would not, I honestly believe, like, I would not trust someone like that, even in my house, because you don't know, what if they steal something? That's the kind of person who would do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I was, like, poor, so I needed to steal this to make money.
I stole $50 from you because I'm so anxious about paying my bills. Being anxious doesn't mean you should be an asshole.
Yeah.
End of story.
It's not an excuse.
Exactly.
I mean, anxiety sucks. You need to learn to deal with it, but you don't
at the cost of someone else.
Yeah, someone else's emotions and their feelings and their, he was there to support you with your father, and you took away the birth of his first daughter.
Right.
You took away that experience that he would have wanted. So it's very selfish.
Yeah, and I think some of the parents probably don't understand because they may be a different generation where the father didn't need to be there.
No, but right now, our generation, I think it is important to most people. So I mean, I personally, if my husband wasn't there and it was because, example, you did something,
you'd be pissed.
I'd be mad.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't talk to you for a very long time.
If he wasn't there for whatever reason for his friends, I would be pissed at him.
Can you imagine, though, what the wife is thinking? Like, oh, my husband's not answering my phone calls. He's not answering my sister's phone calls. He's not answering my mother's phone calls. Did he just leave me? Did he freak out?
Yeah.
And that's what's going through my mind because he's not answering anyone.
Yeah. It's absolutely terrible.
Like, I would have had a panic attack while birthing. Like,
yeah, and you don't know, like, what if something bad happened? They're driving.
Yeah.
You're like, did they get into an accident?
Exactly.
Are they okay?
It's worst case scenario, and especially with the hormones at that point, you're going nuts.
Yeah.
I think. Like, I can't even imagine.
Like, it's terrible. Obviously, the sister knew what she was doing. I
she
wouldn't
did it
trust someone
anyways.
like that in my own house.
Nope.
Because, again, if they're using their anxiety as an excuse to harm me,
They're
knowingly...
gonna do it. Yeah, they're gonna do it again.
Exactly.
So, in my opinion, no, you're not the a-hole. What you did is you're setting boundaries, and then hopefully the next time she'll think twice.
Yeah.
If there's a next time.
If there is a next time.
Of any kind of situation where she puts herself before you for something.
She should put herself before others in her context.
Exactly. Like, it's fine. Okay, your wife is birthing. Drop me off real quick. Go back. Or, stop here. I'll take an Uber the rest of the way, or I'll reschedule, just... But don't... I don't know, man.
I know. I don't know, man. Obviously, the sister's in the wrong. Using anxiety as an excuse...
It's not okay.
Is not okay.
I mean, sometimes it can happen, but what she did was knowingly.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't be an a-hole.
Because anxiety can happen to anyone. You can have a panic attack. And that's not your fault if you have a panic attack.
But I'm not going to hurt someone because I'm anxious.
Exactly. At least you try not to.
You try not to.
But she actively did that. She had to press buttons to do that. You know what I mean? So I don't even know how she continued doing it without going, man, this is a bad idea.
Dozens of calls. It's true. She had so many opportunities.
To say something.
Or stop.
Yeah.
Don't delete. Like, maybe you deleted the first two.
Yeah.
But then if you saw that these calls kept coming in, maybe you should have thought to yourself.
Oh, hey, this could be urgent. Oh, hey, I should probably let him know that this is happening. But she never said anything.
No, and imagine sitting and having dinner, knowingly that you got so many phone calls, but you didn't tell the person that you're with. How sneaky.
I feel like that would cause me anxiety.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how sneaky can you be, laughing and eating and joking and being happy for yourself, knowingly that you sabotaged me?
That's really messed up.
No,
although
sister is the a-hole.
I did notice in the comments, though, the poster did say, in her defense, she did think we'd have time for both, but the mama birthed really quickly, so,
Yeah. It is what it is.
It is what it is. She done mussed up.
She done mussed up. And with that said, this is Coffee and Conversation. I'm Jackie.
And I'm Sika.
And thank you for listening for Am I the A-Hole? Until then, we will see you in the next podcast.